What is up, y'all? Dylan back here. Um, as you can see, I am not at home. I am actually at a friend of mine's house. I am watching his dog until he gets off work. What are you doing? Anyway, anyway, I was not able to do this video when the news broke a couple days ago because I was on a weekend retreat where internet and phone service was non-existent. So, before I get into the nitty-gritty of this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, smash that like button and notification bell, share this video and my channel to your social media outlets, hit me up on Twitter, at Dylan Blurton, Twitter handle will be in the description. If you feel generous, donate to my Cash App. My Cash App is $Dylan Blurton. My Cash App link will also be in the description. Yeah. So, I believe it was Saturday, it became official. Saturday, it became official. The Falcons have hired Kevin Stefanski as the new head coach. Now, there's been a lot of opinions on this move, both positive and negative. Sort of been a, from the Falcons fan base, it's been a mixed reaction. Some like it, some don't. I actually don't have a problem with this hiring. And in this video, I'm going to explain why. Now, I realize that not everyone's going to agree with me. I realize that there will be some Falcons fans that will disagree with me, and that's fine. That is totally fine. I'm not doing this. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. That's not what this video is about. I'm just explaining why I have no problem with this hiring. That's all. That is all. This video is just for me to give my opinion and why why I have the reason why I'm explaining why I have no problem with the hiring of Kevin Stefanski. So, now, was Kevin Stefanski my first choice? No, he was not. My first choice was Clint Kubiak. But I think Matt Ryan and the Falcons decided they didn't want to risk waiting any longer for a head coach because the Seattle Seahawks won Saturday night. So if Clint Kubiak is going to get hired as a head coach, it would have to wait at least another week. Anyway. So, but Kevin Stefanski was not my first choice. He was one of my top choices, but he was not my first choice. Now, I just want to say straight off, Kevin Stefanski was not the reason why the Browns are bad. Now, is he perfect? Oh, no, he is not. No coach is perfect. Now, Kevin Stefanski did make a move today that I did like and will make Falcons fans happy. He retained Jeff Ulbrich as defense coordinator today, which is very good because Jeff Ulbrich got the Falcons defense looking the best they've looked in years. Especially with the pass rush. Now, Matt Ryan was wanting a head coach with experience. And so Matt Ryan, he prioritized experience, for a head coach. So, and look, Kevin Stefanski was a finalist for other head coaching jobs, believe it or not. He was one of the finalists for the Tennessee Titans job. So other teams did want him. Titans wanted him. Dolphins wanted him. Now, like I said, he was not the reason not the Broncos. He is not the reason the Browns are bad. Was he perfect? No. The Browns are bad. It's a horrible ownership and a horrible general manager. Stefanski had no control over the roster decisions. He did not want Deshaun Watson. He did not. Kevin Stefanski. Now, yes, his record in the last 2 seasons are not good. There's no denying that. But before that, Kevin Stefanski won NFL Coach of the Year twice. He took the Browns to the playoffs twice. In 2020 and 2023. But yeah, the scheme that he runs is very run heavy, play action zone scheme, which is a Kyle Shanahan type scheme where Matt Ryan had his best success in. Look, you can just tell. You can just tell Kevin Stefanski, he was checked out. Like these last couple of years, he was checked out and wanted out of Cleveland. He, hey, all right. Again, I want to say, no, his record in the last 2 years not good. I realize that, but again, not all of it was his fault. The Falcons are a much better organization than the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are a toxic, dysfunctional organization. Why do you think that not a lot of coaches have any interest in that job? It's looking like the Browns are going to promote their defense coordinator Jim Schwartz to head coach. Why do you think that is? Because that job does not have a lot of interest. And I saw a lot of Browns fans. A lot of Browns fans were even saying he was not the problem. A lot of Browns fans were wishing him luck and saying that they hope he has a ton of success. Again, look, any Falcons fans who does not like the hire, I am not trying to change your opinion. I'm not trying to change your mind. That is not my intention with this video. I'm just explaining why I have no problem with the hire. This is just me. It's just my opinion. All right. Kevin Stefanski is an upgrade over Raheem Morris. He is an upgrade over Raheem Morris. Unlike Raheem Morris, Kevin Stefanski has been to the playoffs. And he's actually won a playoff game. So, that's an upgrade. Just right there is an upgrade over Raheem Morris. Now, not to mention, he is bringing in a legendary offensive line coach. Clearly, offensive line coach Dwayne Ledford is moving on. Who, by the way, was fantastic. Was a fantastic offensive line coach for the Falcons, but he looks like he's moving on. So, who's Stefanski bringing in? One of the best offensive line coaches in league history, probably, in Bill Callahan. So if he was going to replace Dwayne Ledford, Bill Callahan could have picked a better choice than Bill Callahan. Now, if Stefanski brings in Tommy Rees as offense coordinator, I'll be disappointed by that because I didn't think Tommy Rees is a great offensive coordinator. I didn't think he was that great as an offense coordinator at Alabama a couple years ago. So, look, again, Kevin Stefanski was not my first choice. I I would have loved to have John Harbaugh. I would love to have him. In fact, I wanted Harbaugh over Stefanski. But honestly, I don't think Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh had his list of teams down to 3 choices, and I think he had it down in this order. Giants was number 1, Titans was number 2, Falcons was number 3. Again, Clint Kubiak was my top choice. But obviously Matt Ryan wanted a coach with experience. Look, another thing. Like I said, Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland did not want Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson was forced onto him, and everything that the Browns do is straight up from their god-awful owner and their terrible general manager. They've basically told Kevin Stefanski, work with what we give you. Your opinion doesn't matter. You'll work with what we give you. That's basically how it was in Cleveland. So, when the Browns got Deshaun Watson and gave him that humongous contract, it completely wrecked their salary cap, and they couldn't sign a lot of free agents and make a bunch of moves to improve the rest of the team. Again, Stefanski did not want Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson was forced onto him. Excuse me. Now, I may have no problem with this hire, but I will admit, if this hire does not work out, then I will, on video, admit that I was wrong and I will own it. And I realize not every Falcons fan that's not happy with this move, they'll tell you they hope this move works out. They'll tell you they want Stefanski to succeed. But I get their reasoning. I do understand why they don't like the move. Slita, for example, he doesn't like the move. I get it. I completely get it. I completely understand why. And again, David, if you're watching, just keep in mind, you may not agree with my opinion in this video, but I respect your opinion. I am not so you and any other Falcons fan who sees this video and doesn't like what I'm saying, I am not trying to change your opinion at all. I'm just explaining why I don't have a problem with this hire. I just want to keep pointing that out. And again, if this move does not work out, I will admit that I was wrong. Look, I'm a loyal fan. I've been a fan of this team since I was a little kid. And while being a fan of this team has been so frustrating, I'm going to keep being a fan. Because I am hoping that eventually it'll pay off with a championship. Well, I didn't have a great 2025 as far as my sports teams go. But I'm a loyal fan. I'm no bandwagon fan. I'm a loyal fan who stick with them through thick and thin. That's just who I. It's just who. That's who I am. It's who I've always been. Right? The Braves weren't good last year, but I'm looking forward to baseball season. The Tennessee Vols had a disappointing season, but I'm looking forward to next season. And so, but yeah, look, so it's gonna be interesting to see who does what. Hang on, see what she's barking at. What? What? What are you barking at? What? Oh, I better know what. Well, give me a minute. Well, give me a minute. I think I know why she's barking. I think I know why. I think I know why. Alright. Alright, so, but yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, look, all the Falcons fans that don't like this hire, I get it. I completely understand. I am not telling you that your opinion is wrong, or I don't even disagree with it. I don't, because I understand. I get it. I'm just explaining why I don't have a problem with this hire. And so it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see who Stefanski brings in on his staff. With Jeff Ulbrich being retained as defensive coordinator, most of the defensive staff will probably remain. You know, you might see one or two changes on the defensive staff, but I do think there'll be a lot of changes on the offensive staff, no doubt. No doubt. Because look, Stefanski is an offensive-minded coach. You know, before he got hired by the Browns as head coach in 2020, he was the offensive coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings. So, we'll see what moves the Falcons make, who they bring in via free agency and the draft. But all I know is I am not going to call this a bad move unless I see otherwise. Okay? So, I hope it works out. Because, look, as fans, whether we like the move or not, we want this team to win. Badly. And so, for now, I'm going to root for Kevin Stefanski. I'm going to root for him. And unless otherwise, it's going to remain that way. So, that's just my opinion. Feel free to agree or disagree if you like. Look, either way's fine. I don't have a problem with either. If anyone agrees, great. Anyone disagrees, great. Alright? I have no problem with either one. All I know is I'm gonna root for this. I'm gonna root for Kevin Stefanski. I'm gonna root for this team because at the end of the day, I'm a fan. And I have been a fan of this team since I was a little kid. So, we'll see what happens. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this video because I think the dog is wanting me to pick her up and take her to the mailbox. So, I better get to that. So, but yeah, this video is already over 25 minutes long, so it's already too long. So, with all of that being said, I hope everyone has a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.